Alright.
This is a recurring problem in middle schools. Such small lockers closed in together, causing everyone to have a crowd and rush as people are pushing through to get out and get to their lockers, trying to get their stuff together.
So Kyle, today we're interviewing you about the problems with the small lockers. What do you what do you feel is a problem about these lockers?
They're too small, and Ricky can't fit in the one.
No.
I can't fit all my knowledgeable books inside of them. Only you.
So, Kyle, what do you think about these lockers?
They're small.
What is it that you seem to have a problem with them about besides the fact that they're small?
I can't fit all my stuff into them.
What is your problem with the lockers?
They're very small and cramped, and you can't hang things
They
in
don't
because
lock
they're too low.
sometimes, and if you get your strap caught in the bottom locker, then that one.
And then you cut your whole
Yeah.
backpack strap off.
Or it's a nuisance.
Do you have any problem with them being over each other?
You're like on your knees. If you're on the bottom locker and someone's up there getting stuff out their locker, you can't get stuff out there. Your bottom locker.
You're right. If there were brick lockers in this school, we would be able to hang stuff, we would be able to have shelves, and we would be more organized. Another issue with these lockers is that you have the top locker and then the bottom locker, which results in a lot of traffic and uncomfortable situations. And many times books can fall out and hit you in the head.
And like when you're trying to close your locker, the person's down here, like a lot of the time their head is in the way. Sometimes people don't lock them and a lot of stuff gets stolen. No, they're not hard
Sometimes
to lock.
they don't
Just
lock.
like
This kid's bag.
It's just laying there, someone could take it.
No one thinks kid has his phone in here.
The problem with these lockers is for us boys, they're too small, get little kids like this in.
So, yeah, what? What's your take on the issue?
On the locker issue?
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely half-size lockers. We were going to full-size lockers. We actually have enough hallway space, we thought. The architect says, New York State says that when you open a locker, you have to have at least 8 foot from where the locker opens, the door, to the opposite wall. So we used to have lockers up here on the landing. We used to have them in the 7th grade wing, and we had to get rid of all of them because when you open it, you didn't have a full 8 foot, which of course we thought was ridiculous because it was real close. But
Yeah.
the state wouldn't okay the plans. If they don't okay the plans, we never could have done the renovation in 2000. So now that meant we had to go back to the half lockers. At that time, we never had lockers over by the staff lounge and Family and Consumer Science or down by the library. So the only solution was, because we were short lockers, even the half lockers. So we put in those lockers there. The half locker was the only thing we could do. We tried to, looked at 3/4 and then 2 halves so people could share. Then they got in this big discussion about, well, what happens if you two were sharing, if you and Adam were sharing, and then you took his coat, he didn't know it, because you'd have the same combination. So we went with the half lockers, and you're right, it stinks as far as I'm concerned, for anybody, especially taller guys. They would have to bend down, and then somebody's over the top of you, you're hitting your head on the lockers. There is one solution that may happen, of course you guys will be gone, but for the younger kids coming through, is there's smaller class sizes. There's only like 80 kids in a class. So they could, if they wanted to spend, the district, taxpayers could spend the money to go to full-size lockers, and there'd be enough room for everybody. So, but at this point, there is no, the state's told us, no. And it's all because of that stupid, if you open your door, your locker door from that point to the wall on the opposite side, you gotta have enough passage. That's all a big safety thing.
That makes sense, I guess. Well, not really, but the 8 foot thing, that's stupid, but I get that.
Yeah, I wholeheartly agree, because there's plenty of room to pass. I mean, if you think about 8 foot, most of us are 2 foot wide, maybe. I mean, there's some bigger guys and some bigger girls for that matter, but most of us, I mean, if you put you two you and Adam side by side, you're not even close to 8 foot.
Yeah.
Or even you put Michael Kresser and
Justin
Justin Ordway, they still don't even come close to 8 foot. So anyway, the state tells you that's what you got to do, otherwise you don't get your state aid, you can't proceed with your project, nothing. Anyway.
Hey man, I'm Sage Poucher. Well, my middle school experience sucked because the middle school lockers are really bad and stuff, and I couldn't figure out how to open them. And I always had to ask Mrs. Fuller to, like, open them for me and stuff, because, like, well, it was mostly just because I'm stupid and I can't figure out how to open a locker, but, you know, I can do it this year. But, yeah, I guess the high school lockers are better.